it is me, Kelsey. Welcome back to my channel. This is Winnie. We adopted her over the weekend, so she's gonna be hanging out with me for the foreseeable future. This is kind of our first day home alone together, and I thought today I would do a full day of eating slash keto lifestyle vlog. I've got some stuff to do today, some homework, some errands to run, and I thought it might be fun if I brought you guys along. So yeah, let's get started. Alright, so first things first, it is about 9:15. I woke up at about, I think 6:30 or 6:45 and took Winnie for a walk. We're kind of in the process of re-potty training her. She was potty trained on pedal pads, so we're just kind of switching her over to wanting to go outside, and that's been quite a process. So I've been up for a while, but I haven't had anything to eat or drink yet, so it's time to make some coffee. Lucky for me, Devin brewed some coffee before he went to class, so I am just going to steal some of the coffee he made, and that's probably good, maybe a little bit more. Didn't sleep very much last night. Thank you, Winnie. And to my coffee, I'm going to be adding a little over a tablespoon of heavy whipping cream. I got this one at Target. Usually I get it from Fry's, but I was at Target, so I don't know how much this is. So we're gonna see. Usually I try to put like 13 grams. I'm scared to put the whole thing in there, just in case. I'm gonna put it on here. Okay, it's 12. All good. And today I think I'm gonna go with the chocolate coconut macaroon skinny syrups. These have 0 calories, 0 sugar, and they're kind of dangerous. If you put too much in there, it gets a little overpowering. So I do weigh mine out, and I just try to do about a tablespoon, which is like 15 milliliters. Okay, we're at 14, close enough. Now I'm going to blend this all up in the NutriBullet. Side note, how cute is this little bear mug? I got this at Target last year on clearance for like $2, and I also got a little raccoon one too. I am going to go drink my coffee and get my day started. Alright, so while I drink my coffee, I thought it would be a good time to kind of have like a sit-down chat about my weight loss journey in general, which I've never really gone into detail about on my channel. So I thought it would be just a nice time to do it, and it's something I've been reflecting on a lot lately, just how far I've come and the things that I've done that have made me successful and the things that I've done that have been counterproductive for me. So that's something I've been thinking about a lot, and something I kind of just wanted to touch base on with anyone who might be going through the same thing and is watching these videos for inspiration on what to do. So I started my weight loss journey probably a million times over, starting when I was 15, 14. I always have been very tall. I'm 5'10", and there were times where I was growing really fast and I would be really thin, and then all of a sudden it would just catch up with me. And I remember at one point when I was in 5th grade, so I was like 10 or 11, I weighed 150 pounds, which for reference, I was not as tall as I am now, maybe 5'6". So I'm not saying that I was super overweight, but I went from being like 120 to 150 in one summer. I was shocked and really sad. I was about to go into middle school and I had gained 30 pounds over one summer. And I don't know, I was just really embarrassed and I didn't know what to do. And throughout the next 10 years, I would try so many different things. I would gain, lose, and it was just really shitty, honestly. So basically, when I started to really focus on working out and I thought that that would help me lose weight, that was maybe 3 years ago when Devin and I moved in together, because he has always been really into weightlifting even before we met. and I kind of wanted to learn from him how to weight lift because it's something that was really uncomfortable for me in the gym. I felt like I didn't know what I was doing, and like people were looking at me, and I don't know. I think that happens to a lot of people, women especially. They feel intimidated in the weight section. So Devin helped me to get more comfortable, and that's when I started trying to consciously change my body. So we were working out maybe 3 or 4 days a week. I also worked a job where I was super active. I was a server, so you're walking around all day, every day. And I felt like I was seeing changes, but I wasn't weighing myself, so I was really happy. I do think I probably lost a little bit of weight, but I think it was a lot of just toning. Like, I think I was starting to get some muscle, which made me really excited. And I felt good, and that's all that really matters. So after that, we moved to a new apartment, and I was trying to be gluten-free and dairy-free because I was having some digestive issues, and I really wanted to pinpoint what exactly was going on so I could fix them. And at that point, I don't know if it was what I was eating or just the change in my lifestyle or what, but I gained all of the weight. If I had lost any before, I gained it all back. And by the time that we'd been living in that apartment, almost a year, I was almost 190 pounds. I was so sad and just like disappointed in myself, and I didn't know how I had done this or like how I had ended up there so quickly without knowing it, because I never would have thought I was almost 190 pounds. And yeah, it was like a turning point for me that I needed to really do something different. Honestly, don't remember exactly where I found keto. I think my friend Zami, who I had worked with, I think she was talking about it on Instagram, and I was like, what is keto? And I just started doing a little bit of research, and I don't know, I just was really interested by how everything is very black and white. Like, you cannot have this, you can have this. And I felt like that would be a really good set of rules, and it would give me structure, and that was what I needed, because in the past I had always just been counting calories, which, by the way, I was so uninformed, and I think back to this and it makes me so sad, but I was eating like 1,200 calories a day, and honestly, sometimes I wasn't even eating that much because I thought, oh, if I just eat less, then I'll lose weight faster. And yeah, for someone who is so tall and I am not a small person, I should not have been eating 1,200 calories. That was not enough to fuel my body. And yeah, so I had been dealing with a lot of anxiety, a lot of depression, and I really just wanted to find something that would help me, and I thought that losing weight would at least begin to help me feel better, if not just physically, at least emotionally, to feel like I was dealing with something that had been bothering me. So I have obviously started and stopped keto quite a few times. The first time, I believe, was in December, the month after I weighed myself at Thanksgiving dinner and realized what the situation was. And yeah, at first I really found it to be super hard. The first week I was like, I have the flu, I'm sick, I'm so tired, I can't do anything, and I felt terrible. And everything I drove past, like McDonald's, I'd be like, oh, I want McDonald's. Drive past Dunkin' Donuts, oh man, I want a sugary coffee. Like, everything was a trigger for, why am I doing this? This sucks. I hate this. Why can't I just eat whatever I want and be thin like other people? And it was really tough emotionally for me. But after about 2 weeks, I was like obsessed. I kind of struggled at first because I thought I kind of like needed to hit my fat macros, because at that point I was tracking. I was really concerned with hitting my fat macro. But once I heard the saying, I believe it is like, carbs are a limit, protein is a goal, and then fat is a lever. I believe that's like a keto saying. I don't track anymore because I've become more intuitive with it, and I feel like I'm able to do keto without tracking, and I can manipulate my weight without tracking. But at that point I was really strict and trying to be honest with myself about what I was eating, just to get an idea of what that amount of food looked like. So I think tracking is a really great tool for people when they're starting out, but I don't necessarily think it's a long-term solution for me, because I get very obsessed with what I'm eating and very concerned with food. So if that's a problem for you, I would say don't even track. Honestly, you can feel better with keto without tracking. You could just track your carbs if you're not sure what 20 carbs looks like. But anyways, back to my story. I think I lost about 13 pounds in the first 2 months, I want to say, which was amazing to me. Like, with the 13 pounds lost in 2 months, I was really excited, and I was starting to feel like it was becoming easier for me and I would be able to do it for a longer term. And then I went on vacation, famous last words. But when I came back from vacation, I just got back on it. And honestly, it didn't bother me as much as other times had, where I feel like if you're trying to lose weight and then you have a setback, or you go on vacation, you go off plan for a week and you gain half the weight back, you really feel so discouraged. Like, wow, I just basically wasted that. I just took away, you know, 1 step forward, 2 steps back type thing. And with keto, for some reason, my mindset just really changed, and that's not how I felt. I felt like, you know what, I did it already, I can do it again. But yeah, I think I'm in a different place now mentally, where I've had to go on this journey to figure out what is really important for me in my health journey. And I've always called it a weight loss journey. And at this point, I am starting to look at it more of like a health journey, because weight loss does not equal health, and, you know, looking thin does not equal health. And that has been something that I have known. Like, you know, when you know something is true in your head, but in your heart you feel a different way, but you know you can't say that because you're aware of how it sounds. You're aware of the stigma of what you're saying, and you wouldn't want anyone else to feel that way. So you wouldn't want to say out loud, I only have value if I'm thin, or I am only happy with myself if I'm losing weight, because you don't want someone else to think, should I only be happy with myself if I'm losing weight? Which is so messed up, because why would you ever treat yourself in a way that you wouldn't deem suitable to treat someone else? Why would you treat yourself so poorly that you wouldn't even treat someone else that way? Why wouldn't you treat yourself with the same respect that you would treat a friend? Why wouldn't you love yourself the way that you love your friend? Because you don't look at your friend and think you should lose weight. You look at your friend and think you're so beautiful the way you are, and you should never change unless you want to, unless it's for your benefit, not because you want to look a certain way. So why don't we think about that when we think of ourselves? I don't know, but I've definitely come a long way from just having the one goal of, I just want to be attractive in my mind, what attractive is. I've definitely come a long way from just thinking I need to lose weight and I will be happy, because that's not true at all. I have also gone on quite a mental health journey throughout this, and that's another reason why I refer to this more as a health journey, because that's what it's become. It has become like what makes me the healthiest version of myself, spiritually, emotionally, physically, all of that. And it's no longer just about what I want to look like, or who I want to look like, rather. So yeah, I don't know, it's changed a lot for me. And I can't say that that's not because I'm closer to my goals, because I know that when you have a lot of weight to lose, or you have a lot of change that you want to make, it's hard to just think, oh, well, it doesn't really matter what I weigh. I want to shift my mindset to what makes me the healthiest and happiest version of myself, regardless of how much I weigh. That's really hard. So I'm not going to say it's like easy to just switch your mindset. And I'm not saying that I would have been able to switch my mindset had I not already lost 30 pounds. Because I can't say, I don't know. I know at the time when I had that much weight to lose, I was not thinking about health. I was thinking about, I want to be skinny and I will be happy. So it sucks, but I'm really glad that I've come as far as I have, and now I'm definitely more in the mindset of what makes me feel my best, what helps me manage my anxiety, what allows me to live a more active lifestyle, to be more involved with the kids in my life, with friends and family, like what allows me to just be happy and not think about food and my weight all the time. And if that, for you, if that means you don't weigh yourself, don't weigh yourself. You literally don't need to. There's no reason. It shouldn't affect how you feel. I hope
for other people to be able to go on the same mental journey that I have gone on, and I'm still going on, because I'm still not completely there. I can't say that if next month I gained 20 pounds, if I wouldn't be right back where I was before. But I guess what I'm trying to say is keto has been a doorway for me, and it doesn't have to be keto for you. It can be anything. It doesn't have to be a diet. It could be any sort of lifestyle change that opens the door for you to learn so much more about yourself and learn so much more about what it means to be healthy and happy. And honestly, I just hope that whatever you choose for that journey, for that doorway, that it leads you to a place where you feel content no matter what your weight is or what someone else looks like in comparison to you. That you feel like you're eating food that makes you feel good, that nourishes your body, that allows you to be the most active, happy, stable version of yourself, and that's good enough, and that's the goal, and not a certain weight. So yeah, I think that's basically what I'm trying to say. It is about 12:20, and we are gonna take, where are you going? Where are you going, this little pupperoo? On a walk, and then when we get back, I'm going to have some lunch. So let's head out.
We are back from our walk. It is now about 12:35, and I'm gonna be making some lunch. So this isn't the most photogenic meal ever, but it's really good, and I eat it pretty often because it's like my favorite two things. So basically I'm just gonna chop up some zucchini, onions, and mushrooms, saute them together, and then brown up some ground beef and mix it into a bowl. I know it doesn't sound that good. It is though. I'll show you the seasoning I use on the zucchini. It makes everything amazing. So yeah, I'll show you guys how I make the zucchini. It's really easy, really simple. I'll probably just show you like the seasoning I use. In this bowl, I have got 1 large zucchini, 1 medium-sized yellow squash, probably 7 or 8 mushrooms, and a whole white onion, all diced up in the bowl, mixed up just so it's kind of evenly distributed. I am going to cook it all at once because anytime I'm cooking, I'm usually trying to cook for a couple meals so I don't have to cook again every single time. I want this as a side, which is usually once a day. So I'm just gonna throw it all in this large, kind of like a wok skillet. And yeah, I'm going to fry that up to go with some ground beef. I'm now going to be adding in the secret ingredient. This is Trader Joe's Mushroom and Company multi-purpose umami seasoning blend. I use so much of this, it's insane. So yeah, I'm gonna be adding this into the pan as well as some salt and pepper and then some extra garlic powder. Even though this already has garlic powder in it, I like extra. Here is what we are left with, a big bowl of browned hamburger. I think it was $85.15. And then some sauteed zucchini with umami seasoning, and it's going to be delicious. That lunch was super tasty and filling. The umami seasoning that I get from Trader Joe's is just, it's so good. But now I am headed to Target to run some errands. I need to pick up my medication from the pharmacy at Target. So yeah, I'm gonna take you guys along to Target. Should be fun. Target is always where I find things that I don't need. So yeah, let's go. All right, we're here at Target and look at the view from the Target parking lot. I literally will never get used to this. Tucson is surrounded by so many mountains. Isn't this so cute? Super pink. Look, who got a new harness! Yay! Can you step up here so you can see your belly? Oh, it's like a little vest. Oh, so cute! So this will be nice. You can't slip out of it. Yay! I'm home now. I am probably going to spend like an hour or so cleaning up the house before I start doing some more homework. And then I think Devin and I are going to make some steaks tonight because he usually doesn't do keto, but because of him being in law school, he doesn't have as much time these days to be in the gym. He is going to be starting keto again today with me. So definitely gonna celebrate with some big ribeye steaks, and I'll show you guys how. All right, so like I said, we're making some steaks for dinner tonight. Devin went ahead and took these out. It's about 5:30 right now. 5:30 right now, and we just put some salt and pepper on them. We're gonna let them get up to room temperature over the next hour or so, and then we will cook them up in the cast iron. It's now about 6:30. Devin has turned the oven on and it's preheating to 500 degrees, and the cast iron is in the oven while it preheats. I've just been sitting here doing homework, and Devin is doing homework in the office as well. It's still gonna be a little while till we have the steaks ready, so I'm eating 2 of these little salami and cheese roll-ups. Whitney's gonna try to eat them, but I got these at Costco. They're like the Spirella minis. They're like a good, easy snack, and I love salami and cheese, so. Alright, so we took the cast iron out of the oven and put it on the burner, and then Devin just put a little bit of avocado oil on the steaks and is kind of massaging it in. We like to use avocado oil because it has a higher smoking point, which makes this a little bit less of a smoky process, but still kind of smoky. If we had a grill, we would definitely grill instead. We're just gonna do this side for 30 seconds, the other side for 30 seconds, and then put it in the oven for 2 minutes, flip, 2 more minutes, and the steaks will be done. All right, here's my dinner. Devin was nice enough to cut up my steak for me, and then I made a little side salad with cheddar cheese, salt, pepper, and some ranch. Not sure if I'm gonna eat the whole steak. Wouldn't put it past me. Usually I do, but it's a pretty big steak, so I'm not totally sure. It is now about 9:30, and I am so tired. I'm ready for bed. We just took Winnie on her last walk of the evening, and we're gonna head to bed. So that probably wraps up this video. Thank you for watching. If you enjoyed this, please like and subscribe down below, and I'll see you guys next time.